Lack of consistency.
They had the wrong keywords.
They have too high competition.
The lack of strategy, a lack of thought when first starting a website.
People do not treat them like a business.
Why do some websites fail? For people who have been in this industry for a while, they might be able to go to a website like this random one that I picked up off the internet and pick out the pieces of why it's working or not. But for someone who is new and just getting into it, they may not have the skills yet to go to a website and say, this is the thing, like this is why it is successful. And frankly, a lot of what makes a website successful has very little to do with what we are seeing or what you are looking at right now on the screen. Failure is a topic that I am fairly well qualified to talk about, especially online. But for fun, and because I really love this community, I thought I would toss this question to our colleagues and friends, many of whom have much more experience than I do. Some of them will be familiar to you if you follow this channel, and there might be a few new faces too. But as you're following along and watching this, please go down in the comments and let me know what you think. Do you agree? Disagree? Share it. We're all in this together. And given what's going on lately with Amazon affiliates and the Google, there's never been a better time to band together. So sit back, have some water, or coffee, or whatever your poison is, and here we go.
So thanks for having us on the channel again. So the question is, in my opinion, what's the number one reason why websites fail? And I think there's actually two reasons that kind of go hand in hand with each other. And it's not necessarily the website fail, it's the webmaster. I've seen so many websites that I'll perfectly find, especially on Reddit, where people are posting saying, I'm going to give up, I've been doing this for 3 months. I'll put all this effort in and I'm not getting any traffic. You check their actual website out and it's fine. It just needs time to wait to get out of the Google sandbox before it gets traffic. And they're just the people who actually post on the blog and subreddit asking for help. The amount of people that'll do that without reaching out and just instantly cancel that domain will be crazy high. So I think that's one of the main reasons. The second one kind of ties in with that, and it's lack of consistency with producing content. So a lot of people will start blogging, they'll churn out like 30, 40 articles, something like that. And then they'll look at the analytics and they'll get disheartened because they're not getting any traffic. Again, that domain is probably still in the sandbox. It needs time to start getting traffic. So instead of smashing content out as quickly and efficiently as they would, they taper off their content and then eventually give up. Again, you see this on Reddit quite a lot, but I've actually got two good examples. In January of this year, and in April of this year, I sat down with two of my best friends, sat them down with us and literally went through my entire process from keyword acquisition to pressing the publish button on WordPress with what I do with my websites. And when I did both of them, I was making over $3,000 from my domains. The guy I taught in January gave up after about 3 months, and the guy I taught last month gave up after about 6 weeks. And it's just so frustrating because their domains would be fine, they just need to stick with it, but they've give up. If you look at something like the 80-20 rule, 80% of your results is likely to come from 20% of your efforts. So the more content you have on your domain, the higher the chance that you'll get actionable data to try and build your positive feedback loops with. So say you've got 100 articles on your domain, you can likely expect actionable data from about 20 of them. If you only have 50, you'll probably get data from 10. If you only have 25, it might just be 5 articles, and it diminishes the less content you have. So churn your content out. I know it's frustrating when you're in the sandbox and you're not getting any traffic, but even if you can just do 3 or 4 articles a week or something like that and stay consistent, I think after 8 months or something like that, you'll start to see results. You don't need backlinks or anything like that either. I've got 2 websites. One got up to $400 after getting hit by a Google penalty, and the other one got up to $800 before I started building links to it anyway. So just focus on getting your content out, in my opinion.
Emilia, what's going on, everybody? Adrian here. What's the number one reason websites fail? I would say there are more than one. There are many. Looking at websites that people reach out to me on Facebook. Hey, Adrian, can you please look at my website? Why I'm not ranking? Why I'm not making money? Some of them, they had issues with, technical issues. Some of them, they had like bad CRO. Most of them, they had the wrong keywords. They had like wrong type of keywords for the type of website that they were building. So for example, if you build a website for Amazon affiliate or any type of affiliate marketing, well, you have to go for keywords like what's the best microphone for a podcast, what's the best webcam for YouTube videos, this microphone versus that microphone, this Logitech camera review. Those are the type of keywords that we need to build our website around if we're doing affiliate marketing. Then if you do lead generation, you have to choose different keywords. If you do informational type of websites, well, then those are different keywords. So that's what I've seen in my experience so far. People don't understand the user intent behind the keywords. They have a very poor understanding about keyword selection and keyword research in general. But that's in my experience. As I was saying, they have many more, but in my experience, that could be the reason that most websites will fail. Okay, I hope this was helpful. Thanks for having me, Emilia. See you later.
Hey guys, so why do websites fail? I think there are many different reasons why websites fail, but one of the main ones would be that you're targeting keywords that have too high competition. And I'll put up a graphic now of the first 10 articles that I tried to write for my first website. And I made that mistake. I was trying to target keywords that were just far too difficult for me to ever rank for. You can see here that one of those 10 articles made it to the front page of Google, and 4 of those 10 aren't even in the top 100. So the way to address this is your next iteration of keyword research should try to look at the SERPs and see whether or not there's weakness on the SERPs. Type in the keyword that you want to target and see whether or not Pinterest or Quora are ranking on the front page. That might be a sign of weakness of the SERPs. And don't download the Moz Chrome extension, and it'll tell you the domain authority of the domains ranking for the keyword that you're trying to target. If there are domains ranking on the front page of Google for that keyword that have a domain authority of 20 or less, there's a good sign that there's weakness in the SERPs because other weak websites are also ranking. So to sum up, if your website is failing, try to see whether or not you're targeting too high keywords by doing a SERP analysis, and for your next batch of keywords, try to target lower competition keywords.
So in my opinion, the reason why most people's websites fail is for 2 reasons really. I think the first reason is the lack of strategy and the lack of thought when first starting a website. The majority of people set websites up on the back of maybe seeing a YouTube video or their friend's got a website and they think it's easy to do and they'll just set one up and they'll just start making money. What actually happens is they don't actually realise where they want their website to go. This is really vital because if you don't know how or where you want your website to go and where to lead you, it will lead you to not setting up the website correctly from day one, which is really vital because if you don't set your website up and structure it properly from day one, then trust me, further down the line, a year or 2 further down the line, it's going to be so difficult to try and put that website in order. Often you see websites that start out selling WooCommerce products and Amazon products, and then maybe 6 months down the line, they don't see any traction, they don't see it working, so people will change it, and then they'll change it to a drop shipping store, give that 6 months, and then that doesn't work, so they change it back to a blog style, and they just go round and round in circles because they didn't start off with a clear plan of what that website's going to be. And what that does, that throws mixed signals out to Google. Google thinks one day you're a shop, one day you're a blog, one day you're a drop shipping store. Google doesn't really know where you are, so before you know it, you've spent a year working on your website with no direction and no final goal in sight. And the second reason why I think a lot of people fail is because they don't stay focused. Think about how many domain names you've either had or how many websites have you set up and just let fold away. I know I've probably had 15 domain names because you get an idea in your head and it's so difficult with affiliate marketing. You see somebody doing well and you either try and copy them or you jump on the bandwagon and think, I'm going to do that. And you put a half-hearted attempt into it and it just leads nowhere. So my second thing I like to say is stay focused, be true to what you actually want to do, stick with it, don't get distracted, and stay focused on that one goal that you've set in the beginning. Like I mentioned in point 1, that strategy that you have for your website, stay focused to that and don't let anything sway you or move you off into other directions. Not at least until you've got some success. Once you get some success, yeah, you can start thinking about other avenues and diversifying your affiliate income, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you need to do that only at a point where you know you have a website or some sort of affiliate business that's actually working, giving you proven results, and it's on that strategy path that you've set right from day one. So there's really my 2 thoughts on why websites fail. Hope you like them, hope they help you out.
Hi, Emilia. Thanks for having me on the channel again, and what a great question. One of the big reasons I think websites fail is because people do not treat them like a business. And in business, there are costs and there are sacrifices. And an important thing I think people need to keep in mind is that this is a very entrepreneurial venture. Entrepreneurship requires risk taking. Of course, that crosses my mind, but I'm willing to take that risk because I have a vision of what could be. In a brick and mortar business, there are a ton of costs. You have to stock up inventory, you have to pay employees, you have to pay for all your services and software that you're using. In online business, these are significantly reduced, but I think people expect that there should be zero costs, and that's just not the reality. Sure, you can get by for a while. You can purely just sacrifice time, but in many ways that is sacrificing money because time is money. And so if you're trying to build and run a big website and you're still using royalty-free images, you're still using free plugins where a paid for one could do the job much better. If you're reluctant to outsource any content and so your content production is slowing down, or if you're not willing to outsource with a virtual assistant, these are all necessary business costs in website ownership. Websites, niche sites, authority sites, they're all still competing against each other. And a great way to beat that competition is to add more value to what you're giving out. If a new burger joint comes along and they provide a much better burger experience, people are going to be willing to make the switch. And so if you're an affiliate marketer, actually spending the money to buy products so that you can at least have a picture or even a mini video of you reviewing it can do wonders for converting. I'm not saying you need to start investing a bunch of upfront capital. My journey has been reinvesting everything I earn in websites. And while I have earned some over the months and it keeps growing, the majority of that just gets reinvested into improving my websites. And while people with much more experience and advanced skills can speed up these processes of making websites successful in a shorter amount of time, I do think having an attitude of this is a marathon, not a sprint, can really help shift beginners' perspectives into sticking around for the long term and treating their website like a business. After all, over 90% of brick and mortar businesses fail in the first year.
And to throw in my 2 cents, I think the reason that many websites fail, and I don't want to say most, but many, is people look at failures, at things going wrong, unmet expectations. Did I already say mistakes? They look at those as reasons to stop, as reasons to give up, as reasons why it would not work. And ultimately, none of us knew how to do this when we started. Nobody was born with this inherent knowledge about how to do this well. There's a huge learning curve. And I don't care what you do. I don't care what course you buy, who your mentor is. Every single one of us is going to make mistakes. And every single one of us is going to have some sort of hurdle to overcome. And really our attitudes and our persistence and our willingness to grow and learn, in my opinion, is the difference between a successful website and a failed one. All right, so did you like this content? Because if you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment. And if you are interested in participating in one of these roundup videos in the future, I'm pretty sure I remembered to throw a link down into the description. I'm creating a small email list of people who would like to receive a notification when I'm going out and looking for these types of videos. Last time I just reached out to people one-on-one, and while it's cool when it's 2 or 3 people, when it gets up to 10 or more, it actually takes quite a bit of time. I won't be using the email list for anything else, so I won't be promoting offers or sending regular emails or anything else. The only purpose of this particular email list that is linked in the description is to let people know that I am looking for roundup videos. If this is the first one of these roundup videos that you have seen, I'm pretty sure up there in the corner there is on one of these sides, either here or over there, you'll see a link to a playlist that has all these videos so you can check out the other ones that we've made. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and we will see you in the next one.